Hello there, everyone. Alteria Tempest here with some more Battletech reactions, and today we are hopping deeper and deeper into the mechs of the Battletech universe with the UrbanMech and the Thor slash Summoner. I'm going to be reacting to Tech Talks Battletech, more of his videos, because they have been great so far, and I hear that they only get better, so that is very exciting. Another exciting thing is that I am around 1/4 of the way through my read of the first book in the Warriors trilogy. I am enjoying it so far. I really love how mech centric it is, and a lot of like the whole politics. It just drops you straight into the world, and I've gotten a little bit of experience with the BattleTech universe, so I am enjoying it so far. But one of the things that I was a little bit worried about was just how quickly it was whipping around the galaxy. In one chapter, we were on New Avalon. On one chapter, we're on Kara 3 or Kara something. On the next chapter, we're over on Solaris. And I was kind of worried that it would be kind of difficult to follow, but it's all been fairly easy because of how well it's been connected. So I am enjoying that so far. But that is not what we're doing right now. Right now, we are going to be diving deeper into the mechs of the Battletech universe with Tech Talks Battletech, the UrbanMech first. I have heard a little bit about this mech. Some people, apparently it's a fairly controversial mech. I don't know. I don't know about what about it might appeal to me. I don't know about it what appeals to everybody else, and why some people have been calling it like a piece of trash. I don't know. We shall see in this video today. Thank you for joining me. And I have been told that a lot of Tech Talks Battletech stuff is more kind of propaganda in universe, but I think that's a fun way to explore the universe. So I'll take things with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I think I can distinguish what's propaganda, what's not. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. All right, we're getting lots of good looks at these mechs, huh? Oh, that one's got a lot of missiles.
In the world and setting of Battletech, there are many...
Oh, why? Why am I getting German subtitles here? That's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't think I need German subtitles.
glorious and truly mighty machines of war.
Yep, the mighty machines of war.
There's the UrbanMech.
Oh no.
But, well, it's what you wanted, so I guess we're going with that. Well, got to be honest, the UrbanMech is probably one of the most beloved mechs for two reasons we'll get into. Firstly, it's a unique mech with a very narrowly defined purpose. It's a fantastically designed, dedicated combat platform for militia or planetary defense forces. It's also a rather good buy at 1.4 million C-bills for a 30-ton mech.
Okay, so yeah, definitely a smaller mech, a little bit above the other light mechs that I've been reading about. Maybe around just a little tiny bit heavier, but probably cheaper and around this or around the same price, maybe cheaper as well. But I definitely find myself drawn more towards specialty mechs. I don't know if if I was in the Battletech universe, I don't think I would like want to pilot one. But if I was kind of building a kind of mech force, or if I was like the leader of a certain area, I like dedicated combat vehicles and dedicated I don't know what exactly it's dedicated to yet, but that's just something that I like in my technology, in my like kind of like war footing.
Making it an attractive, affordable choice for people who are building an army on a budget. An army that doesn't mind being very, very, very slow.
Oh, there's a little slow
Secondly,
one, huh?
well, there's the memes. Oh god, the memes. Fuck it, let's just roll through these. Look,
It
there's
evolves. It
Here's
evolves. Oh,
more
filled with
memes.
crash, of course.
More memes, memes.
Oh,
If you look for Battletech memes,
starts
all you
off
do
as a
is
trash can.
search on Battletech. There's going to be a lot of UrbanMech-centered content. You see, the UrbanMech is like a pug, derpy,
Oh.
small, and full of character. But hell,
I love
I
Bug.
suppose I had to give
I am
the
a dog
Vortex
person.
dogs Battletech treatment, so buckle up. Here we go.
All right, let's dive into this meme mech.
2675, Orcus Industries designed
Orcus
and developed
Industries.
the UrbanMech to be a cheap, easily produced mech for urban combat and defense.
As in the name.
Was to have this mech sold to to the Star League Defense Force for the purpose of urban defense.
Yeah.
It should be noted
So if I'm getting my timelines right, this is definitely, yeah, during, they already said it, but it's definitely during more of the Star League era. It's definitely not before mechs were made. Because I know there's like the before mechs were made, then the Star League era, then the Succession Wars era, and then everything else.
this was Orgus Industries' first and only Battletech design.
Oh
As a
no.
relative outsider to the
Though, I
manufacturing
mean, sometimes you just release a banger, and then you dip. Sometimes you can't get any better than what you did the first time. Though the mechs that are, or the technology that is produced by those companies that release like one and done are interesting technology as a whole, I think.
Orcus decided to do things their way and build something pretty damn unique in the process. From 2675 until the destruction of its assembly lines in 2837,
Oh
the
no.
sole builder was Orgus's Marcus facility, after which manufacture was picked up
Okay.
and or stolen
More
by the
closer to
industrial
the
powerhouse
Lyran
Harrisburg
Commonwealth.
Industrials and the Capellan Confederation,
Oh, Capellan. Okay.
which was
Okay,
still
so that's like,
manufacturing the little bastard until 3080.
that's right on the border of the Lyran Commonwealth
Should
and
be
Capellan Confederation,
noted
huh?
that the UrbanMech, for all of its strangeness, was fondly received by militia and the planetary defense commands, and found a place in the SLDF, every successor state, and many pirate and mercenary orders.
A very popular one, huh?
Let's
Didn't, okay, which Star Wars vehicle was that happened to? I know like they released a one and done, and then they kind of got out like competed by all of them. Was that the X-Wing that happened to? Because I know like they released the design and then they were one and done. And then they kind of they stopped producing them, and then they kind of got gobbled up by a bunch of like the periphery now I'm putting Battletech phrases into the Star Wars lore, but in kind of into the Outer Rim, like pirate gangs and everything, and also into the Rebel Alliance specifically. And then the Rebel Alliance did so good with it that it got super popular after the war, and the like the new during the New Republic era, it was a pretty popular ship. I don't know if that was the X-Wing or if I'm just like completely mixing up a different ship's history with the X-Wing though. So keep that in mind.
go on to see what makes an UrbanMech an urban.
Okay, wait. I do have to pause to read this because I don't know if he's gonna pause to like read it to us. So class light mech, okay. It's probably a little bit heavier than the other light mechs that I've seen, but pretty cost effective, I guess. Okay, Duralex medium. I don't know a whole bunch of these. Okay, so 11 heat sinks. That's definitely a lot less that I'm seeing, and I'm guessing they're single heat sinks based on what the, oh, 32. Okay. So 32 and as 32 kilometers as a light mech, I know is definitely, I know one of the commenters, thank you, gave me kind of like an averages for all the different speeds of the different mechs, and that one is a lot lower than I remember the average for the light mechs being. But it has jump jets, so that's pretty cool. And I also know another commenter said that the Urban Mech might be like kind of one mech that I would like because it has jump jets and lasers. I'm guessing it has a small laser and then an autocannon, but I don't think I can be in a slow mech like that. I think I would need a faster, more maneuverable mech. That's just kind of like how I prefer to play. I definitely prefer to play as like kind of have the mobility needed to like kind of run around, and when I'm in like a fighting situation, even in different like MMO games, I'm more focused on being able to dodge and mobility than being able to like tank something or just being insanely slow on this in this thing. I wonder how good the armor is on this one though.
Mech. The UrbanMech is designed around the Republic Aura chassis, which is unique to, you guessed it, the UrbanMech. In fact, everything Orgus ever made was pretty much linked to the UrbanMech program. At 30 tons and carrying 6 tons of armor, which is
Okay.
respectable considering that all armor is concentrated in a very small, squat, ugly, stupid trash can. I mean, professional.
Oh, I think it looks
faculties.
cool.
For
I
its
don't think it's
size,
I know it looks like a
UrbanMech
trash
is
can,
also
but
jump capable.
yeah, it's jump capable too. I think it looks fine. I think it's a very practical design. I think it's good. That's what I'm thinking. I'm coming in on the I like it more than I hate it side of the spectrum for the Urban Mech.
Has 11 heat sinks, and the base model of the UM-R60 carries an AC-10 autocannon and a small laser. The only downside to this little bastard is that it is slow. How slow?
Oh no.
Well, Assault mechs tend to tread forward at a modest 40 to 50 kph or so. The Urban Mech flat out does 32,
Oh no.
which
Yeah, it's a
doesn't
lot
sound
slower
like a
than
whole
like
lot.
giant.
That's because it isn't.
Yeah, it isn't.
However, the Urban Mech is designed for one purpose: city fighting. In a city, the Urban Mech doesn't need to go fast, it just needs to creep and hop along, get in position, and deliver a nasty knockdown blow to any invader.
It kind of reminds me of the ATST, which I'm not a big fan of the ATST design. Well, like I like it as a design, but like if I was going to be, I like to think of things through the concept of like an in-universe perspective, and in-universe perspective, I'm not a big fan of the ATST. So I am surprised that I am kind of a fan of the Urban Mech.
And that role is where it excels. Also to note is that the Urban Mech has very few interesting design quirks that keeps it engage with and win against much tougher opponents in that setting. Firstly, the Urban Mech is a low-profile mech, meaning it's a lot harder to hit. Secondly, it has an extended torso twist arc, enabling it to fight while facing any direction it pleases and trundling along.
Nice. I know that was one of the things that Justin Allard was trying to exploit in the Rifleman when he was fighting it in the beginning of when he got ambushed in the beginning of Warriors. So some of them can twist and some of them can't twist like all the way around. I think it would be good to have one that can twist all the way around. Though the pilot who was doing, I totally forgot his name. I am horrible with names. I'm surprised I remember Justin Allard's name, but the pilot who was piloting the Rifleman actually took pretty good advantage of the twisting around to kind of surprise Justin and get a couple good licks in on his mech that ended up injuring him.
Being in production for a very long time leads the Urban Mech to having loads of variants. Because when an opponent automatically assumes an Urban Mech is an unimaginative weapon system, somebody will modify it to surprise the hell out of them. Here are a few notable examples. The UMR60L replaces the AC-10 with an AC-20. Because what's funnier than a trash can that cores an assault mech in a surprise attack? The
There you go. Gotta
UMR-63
core
upgrades
them.
the aging Urban Mech with Lost Tech, giving it
Oh.
an LBX autocannon 10 and a small laser that pulses.
Oh,
Dracona's
pulse laser
Combine interestingly upgraded the Urban Mech with the UMR-68,
and
which
some
replaced
missiles.
all weapons with an MRM-30, which
LRM?
surprised the living
Okay.
hell out of Clan Ghost Bear. UMR-70 incorporates a rotary autocannon 5 because somebody probably found it to be hilarious.
I
and
actually do
nobody in
find
the
that to be
Federated Sun
hilarious.
stopped them.
Oh yes,
You
Federated
win a-
Suns, my boys. I'm glad that one was from the Federated Suns. I feel like that's very in character for them. Throw a rotary autocannon
Big
on there.
4 replaces all weaponry with an Arrow 4 and an ER medium laser. It also squeezes the pilot into a modified smaller trash can cockpit something or other and can barely carry 10 rounds of ammunition.
So
But hey,
probably
it's
not
a
a very
working
comfy
utility
one.
for city fighting, because why not? In summation, the Urban Mech is an often overlooked, severely meme-worthy mech of note because it is actually very effective in a very small niche. It loves to surprise bad dudes many times its size, and it is insanely affordable. There, I covered it. Are you happy now, Gah? Let us Guardian make the credits happen. Kill me.
I actually am pretty happy about it. Oh, wait. Is something gonna happen? No, okay. Credits. All right. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Tech Talks. That was cool. So the Urban Mech. How am I thinking about the Urban Mech now? I like it. I think it's a pretty focused vehicle. So obviously it's not going to be the best in every situation. It's very specially made for urban scenarios. But I think I definitely like it overall. I kind of like the little squat nature. I think it looks cool. Maybe not like super cool, but I like how it's designed, and I like what it could pack, and I like how cost effective it is because I am a very big proponent of cost effectiveness in mechanical battles. All right, moving on to a little bit of a longer one. We're going to be talking about the Thor slash Summoner. I'm guessing this is has to do with the divide between what the Inner Sphere called it versus what the clans called it. So I'm guessing I think the clans called it the Summoner, and then the Inner Sphere called it the Thor. I'm guessing.
Howdy there, folks. Tex of the Black Pants Legion here. This is a series called Tex Talks Battletech, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's because
I am
YouTube
fairly
has
familiar
more or
with
less
it.
declared war on fun.
Oh
I
no.
mean, this is a segment where I talk about the universe of Battletech.
What have they been doing
From
to
the
him?
mechs to the pilots to the history that contains them. This entry was chosen by my fans and subscribers on a channel poll. Polls which you may see if you are indeed a subscriber.
I don't know.
This
Should I do
time
some polls
around,
on what I should react to
we're
next? I
covering
think I probably should, right?
Thor. So
The
you may
Thor,
be asking
okay.
yourself,
The
what
heavy
hell
mech?
is a Thor?
Oh,
Well,
wow. 21
firstly,
million
only
C-bills,
some
huh?
of you are going to call it a Thor.
Very expensive.
Dirty clanners are going to call it a summoner.
Yeah.
Because they're Jade Falcon, and they don't like anything, and they're so keen to conquer the inner sphere, and then
I was
proceed to
right.
lose to
Yep.
space AT&T.
Oh, no.
Comstar for life, baby.
Oh,
Well, okay,
Comstar.
let's get back to
Oh, what
it.
are we doing? Comstar versus the clans? I think they're both,
The inner
I
sphere
think they're
designated
both
Thor.
pretty bad.
They did so after the Old Norse god of fucking shit up. Lightning, storms, and strength, and oak trees? Yeah, oak trees. I'm not making that up. God of Oak. The
God of
Inner Sphere
Oak.
labeled the Thor as such because it's robust as all hell. The Thor is a highly mobile 70-ton Omni-Mech with respectable jump capacity. It hits
Okay.
like a fucking truck, and it can get in your face in seconds. As I am massively
Okay, what is this? Okay,
myself,
86 kilometers.
proudly a citizen of the Inner Sphere, I'm going to refer to this mech as the Thor from here on out.
Yeah,
Claimers can
I think I'll
downvote at their
I'll
leisure,
definitely call it
but
the
I will
Thor.
be challenging them to a trial of possession for their pants shortly. We'll see how that shakes out.
Got to use their own
Omni-Mech
tactics
is
against
Clanner
them.
speak for Clan Coyote Space Magic. Basically, an Omni-Mech is a massively configurable, customizable modular weapon system. The Thor is a 70-ton Omni-Mech that is essentially a wild card, capable of being fit into any combat role and excelling at it. Or at least being very competent in a general configuration within the tonnage of a heavy mech. Whereas many Omni-Mechs generally trend towards specialization within a niche and a variety within that.
Well, yeah, they tend towards specialization, but they're also like really different. They're really easy to equip different weapon systems onto them. So I guess they kind of specialize in everything almost, or most. They specialize in most things, right?
Specialization. The Thor is a clan heavy that is reasonably balanced across mobility, bang bang, and durability. As well, it is notably reliable and fairly common across all clanner developments. In most cases, the Thor has an advanced, lightweight, and very reliable Redline 350 XL engine that drives the mech comfortably to its combat speed of 86 kilometers per hour.
That is pretty fast.
Communication, the Thor carries a model JD-067, manufactured for use in the Thor and the Thor only by Clan Jade Falcon. The targeting system is a Hawkeye 58 serving targeting and tracking plus advanced fire control. Being jump capable to 150 meters in a single bound.
150 meters, okay.
Speed
That's pretty decent for a big heavy mech, huh?
for a heavy mech.
Yeah, right?
Armor is advanced clanner ferrofibrous, and it has 9.5 tons of it in most configurations. So it's a fairly robust mech.
Okay.
Damage mitigation
A little bit. Though I kind of forgot the other mechs. I think they had more armor than that, didn't they? But these are probably more advanced pieces of armor. Not the urban. I wasn't talking about the urban mech. I was talking about the awesome and the other one that I reacted to earlier. But I think they had a little bit more armor, didn't they? So this one is like more advanced armor, but it has a little bit less.
Rounding things out for heat mitigation are 14 double heat sinks, which allow it to use its weapons free without much need or worry of heat management.
Okay.
The history of the Thor
Yeah, everything that I'm hearing about this Thor is it's very good.
Mainly because the clanners are a insular culture, to say the least.
A little bit.
Starting in 2863, the mech was introduced by Clan Jade Falcon after acquiring the Omni-Mech technology from Clan Coyote. Between that time and the clan invasion crossing into the periphery, in the late 3040s, the clan more or less used it for slap fights. I mean, honor duels
Yeah.
amongst themselves. Based on this continued infighting between genetically engineered super soldiers driven by an honor burdened military society, the Thor was developed into quite an effective murder platform, and the clanners who drove them learned how to apply the weapon where it did the most damage. So, after
Definitely.
nearly
How they use these mechs, they didn't really account for like the large scale battles that they would probably face when in the inner sphere. They kind of got carried by their technology at first. But then by the time I am doing this through a mostly fanon perspective, basically on what I've read so far and pretty much just fan fiction because I love reading fan fiction. That's kind of the reason that I dove into the BattleTech universe in the first place was so I can read more of the amazing fanfic that's available over on Space Battles. But from what I know, the clanners kind of they develop these like very good one-on-one or just like squad, I think they call it star battles. Like they have stars and they battle. They developed very good fighting techniques for those types of battles, but once they got to like the large scale battles of the inner sphere, they kind of struggled. So it's like kind of like a mech almost perfect for those type of fights. And I think that would be like kind of like a really good personal mech to have. Probably not as like practical as like the urban mech as in I mean, obviously, if you were in the inner sphere, you'd want a Thor over an urban mech, like in a 1v1 fight. But I'm talking about as like a commander or as a like leader, how you would use the different mechs in different situations. Probably the Thor would end up being a bit too much for a lot of situations. Almost like pound for pound, I would say the urban mech is a little bit more effective than it. I know that might be a little bit weird to say, but that's just kind of where my thinking is going.
practice with the damn thing, the clans invaded the inner sphere and pretty much blew everyone away. Metaphorically, as well as quite literally blowing everyone away.
Well, yeah, when they had that much of a technological advantage, it worked. But once the inner sphere kind of achieved parity between them, it got more difficult.
As it turns out, having a 200-year plus edge on somebody because you didn't lose technology stupidly through technological regression over the course of 4 massive wars is pretty goddamn powerful. Namely,
That is something interesting to think about. So I don't know a whole bunch about what happened during the succession wars, but I know it's difficult to have technological regression during wartime. Because, I mean, like, some areas, certainly, it's possible, but in, like, wartime power, like, in wartime technology, you're telling me they had insane, technological regression during wartime? If anybody can explain below kind of why that happened exactly, I know that they were, like, fighting really hard and nuking a lot of places and stuff like that and destroying a whole bunch of stuff, but I feel like just the pressures would kind of force them to develop better weapons technology. I don't know. That's just kinda like what I'm thinking from, like, the outside, taking into account, like, history, but I'm also not, like, the biggest history person, so I don't know too much about that.
alongside extremely competent and capable commanders, the clans managed to smash the hell out of the inner sphere in a blitzkrieg not since recreated in the history of the inner sphere. One-on-one, tonnage for tonnage, inner sphere pilots found themselves outmatched by better machinery, pilots bred for the purpose of driving it into combat, and a technological edge that bordered on nightmare fuel. As for Thor variants, well, there's a lot, so buckle the fuck up.
Oh boy, I am
As
buckled.
stated, this is an omni-mech, and therefore the notion of a primary or standard configuration is laughable. The clans each have their own preferences, and each mission may carry custom loadouts. Clanners customize their rides more than a jingle truck driver in Afghanistan, or a Solaris jock on Solaris 7, or that kid around the block who bought a 1988 Honda Civic hatchback and won't stop talking about the sick time he's been putting in down at the track. The closest we can get to a default configuration most would find unimaginative, but damned effective by 3050 standards. One ERPPC, one LB-10X autocannon, and one LRM-15. These 3 weapons allow it to fight at long to medium range comfortably, with the knowledge they can easily redeploy at a moment's notice if things get dicey. Now as for alternative variants, okay, let's dive into these quick.
Okay, so that does sound like a pretty good loadout for just, like, every every not, I wouldn't say every day fighting because you're not fighting every day, but for like every kind of battle engagement.
Quickly because there are umpteen bajillion of them. Each clan vehicle is like this because clanners only think in terms of war. That explains their music and culture. Take that, right in the fields, if you had any, which you don't. Alternative Configuration A replaces all weaponry
Ooh,
with a Gauss rifle, a
Gauss,
large
right?
pulse
Gauss,
laser, and
Gauss.
an
That's how you pronounce it.
SRM-6.
Okay,
Alternative Configuration B carries two LRM-20s to become King of Mistletown.
a
And
little
for short
bit.
range, it has two SRM-4s because if you're going to die to ammunition explosions, you might as well be seen from orbit.
Dang,
Alternative
that is a
Configuration
missile
C is your
truck.
general worst nightmare build because it jumps into range and it has an ER large laser, an ultra autocannon 20, and streak SRM-6s because fuck you, you can't have nice things.
Yeah, dang.
The D model
It's
is
like a
balanced.
shotgun
It
almost.
has two ER large lasers for long range, two ER medium lasers for shorter-ish range, and an advanced targeting computer, plus machine guns to handle proles on foot, and an anti-missile system round things out so you can stand there and strut around like a total Chad in a war zone.
Yep, that is
Model
the
E
power
is
of the
chock full of
OmniMech,
advanced
huh?
tactical missiles with an ERPPC for backup. When you have an ERPPC for backup purposes, you're talking about a clan mech.
Yeah.
Model F is sometimes known as the King of DACA because it has two rapid-firing Ultra AC-5s, one in each arm, plus two ER medium lasers for backup, and an LRM-10 to discourage everything else. Why? Because it's funny. Model G is a sniping variant, blending the model's stated rapid mobility and pairing it
Oh,
with
but
one ER-PBC and one large laser. For backup,
okay.
6 SRM-4s
Yeah,
because
right.
light
For
scout
backup.
mechs need to die in one pull of the trigger. Model H is
Dang,
Model D,
that is
but
a
on
very good
space
backup.
crack. Two heavy large
And
lasers
with
plus
that,
two ER medium
I think
lasers.
I would definitely like that that sniper variation. So got a bunch of missiles for if like the lighter, faster mechs get into close range, and you're probably faster than most things that could actually harm you. So unless you're facing into like another sniper configuration, I think you're pretty good with that. That's probably my favorite so far, the sniper variation.
And a targeting computer allows for it to decide who dies and then make them do so directly by surgically applying overwhelming heavy damage to where it will have catastrophic hilarious effect. Model M. Well, Model M is driven by a cartoon overlord by the name of Nikolai Malthus. This guy's an idiot. He's such an idiot that his appearances are non-canonical, apocryphal, except in the sense that the whole cartoon is now considered an in-universe propaganda. You hear me, GW? You hear me, Games Workshop? This is how you fucking retcon. You take something that's weird that doesn't fit
Okay.
anymore, that's so goddamn strange that it made it onto actual television, and you go, oh well, this is propaganda from the Tharcad Broadcast Company, and you
Oh, that's
retcon it
cool.
as an in-universe
That is
extension
pretty cool because
show.
I have not seen a whole
Oh,
bunch about the
hell.
little cartoon there.
So
I've
in
heard
short,
about it
Model
like
M is driven
vaguely.
by this guy. Just don't be this guy, okay? He abducted a whole planet to
Those
play
look like
funny.
Iron Giants.
Seriously. There are even more variants, far more. In the novel, there's a fellow by the name of Aiden Pride, Pryde being his blood name. And more on
Okay.
that later if you fucks vote for it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the
he's in quite a
clans.
few books that the setting has produced,
I
namely
I've vaguely
Undead,
heard of
Way
him,
of the Clans, and Falcon Guard.
but I don't
And
know if I'm
as
gonna
an
actually
aside,
like read a
your
whole bunch from
military
the clans
insignia is a
perspective.
fucking
Maybe,
bird holding a
maybe.
katana. Fix that shit. Falcon Guard or not, you can do better. Anyways, Aiden loved the quote summoner unquote and favored an Ultra AC-10 and an Ultra AC-5 with two ER medium lasers and two clan anti-missile systems, and he was okay in it
Yeah.
until he got smoked by Comstar.
Oof.
Some would blame the fact that he drove a Timberwolf that day as no summoner was available in his garrison cluster. But also it's Comstar, and Comstar tends not to fuck around.
Oh boy. I don't know much about
Thor has a
Comstar's
few
combat
famous
capabilities.
pilots.
I know they have like the
One
comm
build's
guards, was
actually a
it?
decent weapons platform and rides the line between small heavy and assault territory while not compromising the all-important balance for a good mech to become truly great in the right hands. The Thor has routinely lended itself to historical excellence. Famous pilots include Aiden Pride, who managed to be a fucking legend in Jade Falcon before he got curb stomped by Space AT&T for not paying his bills.
Gotta pay your phone bill, man. Gotta
Calm
pay your
Martha
phone bill.
Pride drove
All the
one
prides,
on
huh?
and off her whole damn life. Star Commander Joanna smashed Khan Natasha Karinsky at Twycross, driving a
Oh,
Thor all the while.
really? Got Natasha
Famous
there.
inner sphere
I know
pilots,
her
you ask?
vaguely.
Well, no. We tend to drive the flashier Mad Cat because it makes clanners mad when we turn it into a wrecking ball for Solaris games. Now, as for
Oh,
other
the Mad Cat. Yeah,
interesting
I'm definitely gonna have to
facts,
watch some more on the Mad
I have
Cat.
to start with this. Before you go, oh man, Tex, it sounds like an anti-everything weapon wrapped in sexy, sexy forbidden technology.
A little
God,
bit,
it's harder than an elemental's abs on core strength day.
but it's
Consider this.
21 million sea bills.
For the price of a Thor. For the price of a single Thor at 21
How many urban mechs can you get?
834 sea bills, you could buy 11 urban mechs.
Oh, I was right.
or 7 Rommels,
11
or
urban mechs.
3
Okay.
Awesomes plus spare parts, or 2 Atlases plus spare parts.
I think 11 urban mechs got it, right? 11 urban mechs versus a Thor. I mean, well, I mean, if the Thor pilot was really good, I don't know if the I don't know if the urban mechs could ever actually catch them. But the urban mechs are for like small scale militia centered combat in cities. So if the militia was using the urban mechs in a city and the Thor was forced to attack that city, I think the urban mechs would win.
Or 30 elementals and all their honor, or in
Oh
30,
wow,
50
30 elementals. Is that I don't know how much a star of element is star only 5 elementals? I'm not too certain on the elementals because I have kind of like a vision for them in my mind, but I don't know how real that is compared to the setting.
C-Bill
I don't know,
gauge.
like, how they compare to, like, a mech, how they compare to a light mech, because I know they're a lot lighter than a light mech, obviously, because 'cause they're kind of, like, kind of seen as, like, almost infantry, but I'm not sure how infantry they are versus how, like, light exoskeleton-y they are. I'm not exactly sure.
Rates. You could buy enough burgers from Federated Fast Food to become king of Meat Mountain until the birds showed up.
Of course.
Birds always ruin Meat Mountain. Where
Oh,
was I? Clan shit is expensive. Keep this in mind. While
definitely.
it is an anti-everything platform that does everything really well, it can be easily further configured to do any specific thing better than anyone else. It's also really fucking expensive. In the large scheme of things, the Thor is the bass guitarist of any kick-ass rock band.
Oh,
Sure,
hey, there you go, the
he's
bass
as
guitarist.
important as all get out.
My dad actually plays the bass guitar, so kinda got you gotta appreciate the bass. Everybody's gotta watch out for the bass because it's like the underlying of the whole song there.
But he plays second string to the main show,
Oh,
which
what's the
is the Timberwolf, or
Timberwolf?
as I call
Okay.
it, the Mad Cat.
Okay,
Because
okay,
you lost,
Timberwolf Mad
Clanners.
Cat.
You
Yeah,
lost.
you
You had
lost.
every single edge, and you lost. Yes, I'm biased. Long live the inner sphere. Remember May 20th, 3052, you clan bastards. We're coming
Oh,
for you.
okay.
Anyways, till next time, or until
Yep,
YouTube
I gotta
decides
remember
you
it.
shouldn't watch me at all. I'm
No, I will
Tex.
keep watching you, Tech.
My editor is mad
Tech
at
Stocks has been
arguing.
really fun.
Now,
All right, so final thoughts on the Thor slash Summoner. I really like that mech. It's a very well designed Omni mech, but way, way, way too expensive. Very good for all the things that the clans had it for, but they lost. So get wrecked, losers. Go back. Long live the Inner Sphere. I agree. The Federated Sons are my boys. Currently, that's like kind of still what I'm going with right now. I haven't seen anything to the contrary. I know people are trying to say, "Oh, there's that's Fed Sons propaganda," but I'm gonna be honest. None of the none of the factions are actually like super the good guys. They're all just a little bit better than each other. So I'm pretty safe sticking with my Federated Sons right now. Thank you to all of the commenters who have been recommending different things to react to in the description. I've got a list going where I check the comments and then I put it into a list and then I'll start reacting to it as I go. I'm doing tech talks for right now. I'll probably hop into some different Big Red 40 I think was one of them because I definitely want to do one on the Phoenix Hawk because I think I'm going to like that mech. But then I also want to do some more on like the history and even like kind of the cinematics within the Battletech universe because I think that would be pretty cool to watch. Maybe I don't know because I definitely want to like read some of the canon and maybe even play some of the games. I am playing a couple games right now at the moment, so I don't think I could hop straight into the games right now. But I definitely, I don't know, because I don't know if I don't think it would ruin it for me. I think I probably am going to watch some of the cinematics. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day and adios. Long live the inner sphere.